Hey guys, so you probably are already saw what we're gonna make. I did a little bit of a test here, and yeah, we're gonna for sure split this up in multiple parts. But that aside, I watched a very cool YouTube channel, and it's called Ducky 3D. So yeah, he also teaches Blender and all that stuff. And here, this looks awesome, right? So I thought, like, what more can we do with this like technique? So yeah, I created the spaghetti and meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs. But yeah, so dudes, like Ducky 3D has a lot of cool shit. So yeah, shout out to that beautiful motherfucker. Go there for sure. I guess we're just gonna get straight into this. So delete this cube, we hate it. Now we got a UV sphere in here. Shade smooth, and this UV sphere, everything is gonna be drawn to it, right? But it can't actually be drawn to the UV sphere itself. We need a force field in here. So we're gonna get a force field. And this force field, here, we can see all the constraints that it has. And we can change the strength here. See, so if you go into physics, you can change the strength. And the strength should be in the minus. So minus, I don't know, -1. Let's first try that, right? So now, instead of everything going away from this force field, everything gets sucked into this force field. What I also want to do is go in here into the scene and just turn the gravity off. For this scene, it's not really necessary to have any gravity. So let's get a curve in here, and we're gonna do a path. So I'm gonna move the path a bit up, and these are gonna be the noodles. So let's scale them a little bit longer. And for the noodles to work good, we need to go into edit mode. Let me also put the screencast keys on here. Need to go into edit mode and subdivide it a few times. So this yeah, just makes it work a bit better. So if you go here into object data, you can see that we can give this a depth. And so if we play this now, nothing will happen because we need to actually give this a soft body simulation, right? So if we now give the soft body and we move this, still nothing happens. This is because if you have a soft body, you need to turn off the goal. Okay, and now you can see that it will probably fall. Hoppa. So it goes all weird and it doesn't interact with our sphere. So if you want to interact with the sphere, you need to make the sphere a collisionable. So I want to make it I think it works with the back if you just give the collision. And let's look what it does if we give this a collision. Here, see? So it lays on top and it gets still drawn to the physics that we have. So cool. The thing is that it is open here, and spaghetti or noodles, whatever, they are not open, right? And the problem with what we have now is that we can't fill these caps. Like, it does nothing. So what I would like to do is use a object here. So we're gonna get another curve in here, and we do the NURB circle. Let's do that one. GZ, scale it a bit down. So now if we select this, you can see that we do, like we are able to fill the caps, which is nice. So now you can scale this down to whatever size you want this spaghetti to be. Okay, cool. So if we now play it, it works the same, goes all the way good, and yeah, I love it. So how heavy is this spaghetti? You can actually go in here into your physics and look at some of the things. So the mass is 1 kilo, which I think is way too heavy. So 0.0, it should be 0.05 or something like that, like 5 grams. So, but you can see that it goes way too fast, right? So we might want to cheat a little bit and just make it a little bit heavier. 0.033. And yeah, if this still goes too heavy for you, you can always just put the strength a little bit down. 0.05. Oh, because that is mostly it. Yeah, this goes a bit slower, which is nice. Awesome. So that is cool, right? And I also think we should put a self-collision on, because if we self-collide, we get a way funnier shapes, like how noodles would work, right? And it doesn't go inside of it itself. So now we can essentially just duplicate it and then move the bit around, move it here. And you might already want to think about where you want to put your camera. So we don't want these in our camera view, right? So I'm gonna get my view, lock camera to view, and then just, I think somewhere around here will be cool. So to be sure, I can move these a little bit more back and duplicate them again. And now I just want, you know, as many, or not as many as possible, because you don't want it to be laggy, but I want it to be filled up, right? So let's look what they do. Awesome. So we're essentially getting there. I think this looks cool. And yeah, if you want, you can put them a bit further apart. And you can even rotate them a little bit, just so you have a little bit more randomness in here. Otherwise it looks so, yeah, so made, let's say. Cool, but that is kind of how we do this. I'm not sure why not everything is going. Why are these not going? Probably have to start from here. Yeah. Cool, so those are our noodles. Perfect. And yeah, you of course know you can add more, make them a little bit longer, because you want to fill this up a bit more, right? That you can see more, like less of this circle and more of the spaghetti on top. So next thing, what do we need? We need meatballs. So let's create some meatballs. Sphere. Scale it a bit down. This will be a nice size for a meatball. And same for the meatball. I'm gonna make it soft body and take the goal off. Let's look what it does when we play it. So it also gets drawn towards this. And oh no. So what do we do with this ball? Well, we're gonna make it a rigid body, and is it active? We might want to make it a bit less heavy, so 0.03. It's dynamic, so that's good. And now we should play it. So by the way, the shape we can also do to sphere, because it's a spherical shape. Let's play it, and we can see that it gets drawn towards our scene. It's fairly slow, if I'm honest. Might be a bit too slow for us. And then it does not collide. And this is because the sphere is not a rigid body. It is just a collision, and to make rigid bodies collide with each other, you need to make it a rigid body. So make also the sphere again a rigid body and use it as a passive. And the shape can be sphere as before. So let's play it again. I do think it is very slow, so I think the best way is to just make it a bit lighter. That will probably work. See what it does? It's a bit more, yeah, kind of what we need. Cool, so that is good. It does start a bit too early in my opinion. I do want it to go at this speed because it's kind of snappy and that is what we want for this scene, right? But we need to find a way at which speed we want it to go in here. So let's say we want it to start giving us meatballs after we have our spaghetti laying on the floor. So what we have is at 50 we can do it a non-dynamic and then give this a animate prop like the property, and you click on the right and this gives us a keyframe here. So if we start over, it will not go. See? And then after this keyframe, we do make it go, and then it will just be, so it will just be one frame after it, and from now it is dynamic. And now you'll see that it won't go until it reaches frame 51, and then it snaps to dynamic. So it doesn't go, doesn't go, doesn't go, snaps to dynamic, and then it jumps towards it. So this went a little bit too fast for me. I'm gonna make it a little bit slower, 0.007, I'm not sure. And these two we can always move, by the way, so you can select them. Maybe at 40. Oh, it's a bit annoying, this one at 41. And let's play it again. Doesn't go, doesn't go, doesn't go. And then it... Yeah, this is better, this is better. So it's a bit too heavy. This is so much playing around, I'm sorry for that, guys. Let's do 0.4. And then I think I'm fine with this. So if we go back, now we just need to add a few more. One here, one here, one here, maybe a bit more in the front. Cool, we can't see them in our camera view. So if you play it now, they should have the same keyframes. So you can see all this spaghetti go, like jumping through it. And now they go ting 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 ting. And those are our meatballs. Cool. So if you think they go a little bit too much, like they roll a bit too much, then you can also make the friction of this ball a little bit higher. So you have some friction in here which you can go up or lower. Here, see? So then it will probably go less round and round and round. Awesome. So yeah, give these also a smooth shading of them. Wait, shade smooth. And I think it's enough for the first part right now. Make sure you save it, and then in the next part we are gonna do some of the nice sauce that's gonna come on top. So I'll see you guys there.